Hi everyone, it's Annie from Kiwi Crafting. I have a nice boho journal to show you today with a swap with Rhonda, and it had to have a boho tassel, it had to have 5 beads and an elephant and some like a spice advertisement. So here's the boho tassel, which I think came out really beautifully, and these are 5 little beads, a couple of handmade beads, 2 glass beads, and the other one's like a little Pandora bead. The other idea was I've made a charm, which I think you can use as a bracelet, so that's come up really nicely. And we've got nice little greenstone, some pearls, there's some gemstones, a nice little moonstone, little card like a gypsy would have, deck of cards. And so that's, yeah, so that I thought that was a really fun idea, that not only it can be a charm, but actually she can be able to wear it as well if she'd like. Now it measures 5 inches by about 8.5, I think, yeah, about 8.5. And I've done it like a TN style, so you can take pages in and out of it due to the fact that it's got elastic. So it is a flexible type of journal to have. And the closure's just this gold elastic, which came off a Christmas decoration. And the cover is gorgeous. It's a cushion cover from India, which I got from the thrift store for like $2, so it was perfect. And I've just covered it over a manila folder, and the inside is coffee stained paper. On the outside there's a gorgeous little booklet of the Mona Lisa looking all gypsy with a couple of homemade beads. Inside I've got this fabulous stamp from Mackie Stamps saying handmade with love, and I'm not sure if you can see the little tiny brownies that are on it. They're called brownies, those little pixie things. And the concept of the quotes came from Jenny Miller, who she makes beautiful vintage journals for people, and she has lovely quotes in them, and I loved your idea, Jenny, so I hope you don't mind. I've borrowed it and put some travel quotes and some life quotes in this to go along, because I think that's just so nice. There is only one place I want to go, and it's to all the places I've never been. Nikki Rowe. And it's just a little coffee dyed papers. And this is from, once again, another fabulous journalist, Sagita Coffee Stain. She uses the negative, I think she calls this, of the punch. And then on the back, the little brownies again, and then just some collage there. The images I've used mainly are from Pinterest, and there's a few digital downloads that I've branched into now. And I thought I love this image of this girl. She's just so gorgeous, and with a bit of stamping on the back. I think that's from Nature's Window, Nature's Sketchbook the stamp range, and I've used them a lot with Tim Holtz. I love this peacock feathers. It's beautiful for any of the boho journals. Such a rich colour. And here is the some gorgeous trims. It's just a really gorgeous trim that you can made of velvet. The papers I've used are really nice. A lot of them are just so beautifully coloured. I didn't want to cover them up. I mean, she can put some tuck spots in if she'd like, so I've left some of them plain because I think the paper's so nice. This is another great idea from Chrissy's Attic, or Chrissy Crosser, I think she's on YouTube, and she does a collage of small scraps and then sews across it, which I absolutely loved. And this was the packaging from my blusher that I got from Estee Lauder, and it's like dark blue shiny packaging, which I just covered and thought that was a really great way to junk journal some junk. So that's Chrissy's idea of little tags made of your little scraps and then sewed. So I love that. And this was a patchwork idea I did just a bit bigger. I just did bigger pages in the patchwork because it's such nice paper. And I thought, but this pieces were so small and I wanted to make them larger. I believe in one thing, that only a life well lived for others is a life worth living. Albert Einstein. So that's just another little quote there. I love this pocket. This is made from a dress that I got from the market, which was only about $5, and just cheesecloth and a paper flower. And this is actually a restaurant menu done in a dark sort of wood stain look. And then I just put a nice boho image on it and just coffee dyed paper on the back. Beautiful paper. And one of the things we had to do was put an elephant on it, and this is a serviette from my auntie, which I really love, so I just copied that. Jelly print paper, just some other little embellishment with a tracing paper and embossing. I'm really loving cheesecloth at the moment. I think that gives everything a really pretty look. And here's just a pocket with a little tuck that I've made. That's actually a coin from New Zealand with a little tuatara on it. I don't know if you can see that little face. They don't make them anymore. It's a 5-cent coin, but I thought that was quite fun. I'd seen the idea of, I think it was on a Facebook page, and a lady made a whole pile of these with all old coins, and I thought, what a great idea. There you go, she can use that for something if she'd like. Baking paper, stamped baking paper, and this is the Bombay Sunset range of paper, which I really love. Once again, it's so pretty, you almost don't want to cover it up. And stamped. There's a little tuck here. Beauty is not in the face, beauty is a light in the heart. A little bit of brown. I'll put that back, and a little cheesecloth and a little embellishment there. Just an embossed card and some collage. And this is another great journaler, journaling idea from Gibbet Neri. She uses these little these little mirrored faces, or sorry, a little idea of a window. And this is a oh God, what's the name of it? Project Life. It's a Project Life plastic sleeve that I've used for it. And while you can cover up the back, obviously with, you know, without seeing this here, I've just left it because once again I love the paper. And use the skeleton leaf. Eco dyed onion paper, and this was from Trade Aid. A nice, I think it's from Nepal, origami paper. And Nelson Mandela saying, "Who are you not to be brilliant?" That's actually a copy of a stamp that I have in my collection, and it's I think it's from Franz Hals, The Gypsy, and it's actually a painting. We think it could be in the Louvre in Paris, so I think that sounds right. And more of my patchwork paper. I've done a couple of sheets here. That was great because it was double-sided. It comes up so pretty. This idea is stamping it's a wooden stamp from India. I've used the brayer and some acrylic paint. Just stamping there, and this is some gorgeous sort of peacock inspired paper that I've had in my stash for ages. I just made a nice little tag with that, embellishing trim. And here's another Project Life sleeve with another leaf in it, which I think's come up really pretty. And this little extra gypsy booklet. To move, to breathe, to fly, to float, to roam the roads of lands remote, to travel is to live, says Hans Christian Andersen. And it's just a pull-out little booklet here with colourful paper on the back and a flower. This was some flute paper, which has some writing on it, which I think is really gorgeous. And this is a bag from a clothes shop, and it's actually from a clothes shop called Tiger Lily. This is the big bag, and here's, for example, the small bag, and it's so thick, it's fantastic. And look at this, it's everywhere you look, you can use this bag for tags and for anything you want. And that's from a sort of beachy shop from Australia. So I've cut that out. And on this side is a tippin, which a nice velvet tippin, which kind of, you would think that that's maybe the sort of clothing that she would wear. I'll just see if I can get the light to come on that a bit better to show you the colour of the fabric. Yeah, it's got some gold in it. It's really pretty. Always the wrong person gives you the right lesson in life, says Shakespeare. And just a nice, and a really old, I've had this in my, it was an old school, one of my school atlases. There's some jelly print. This is an idea from Tracy Fox using a paper clip, and I really love it. She takes them and she just curls the ends, so they end up being really pretty. And then it just takes an ordinary paper clip and makes a really, really nice idea. to hold my floating pocket, once again with a little bit of atlas in it, and some, I think that was basic grey paper from years ago. Just a nice little one that she can use for a clips in there, embellished on the bottom. Oh, sorry, all fingers and thumbs now. Some more patchwork paper. And this is the only digital downloads that I've really done, is this one from Screech Owl. And it's like a coaster. They call it the Bohemian Coaster Set, I think. There's about 6 or 8 pictures of ladies, and they're gorgeous. And I've just backed them onto coffee dyed paper and done some stamping of the dragonfly and just a bit of stitching around it. But that's actually how they come, and I thought they were really lovely. That's just a serviette from my local Turkish restaurant, The Eye That Keeps Away the Evil. And so I thought that was really cool. And to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. Says Oscar Wilde. Just with some stenciling. Just a little pocket there. And here we come to nearly the middle of the book. I thought this was quite a nice insert of a beautiful dish called Mishu lamb with carrot and orange salad. It's from Marrakesh. So the idea being, it's actually a Jamie Oliver recipe, but it's his take on sort of a Moroccan dish, which I thought was great. So I'm sure that'll be handy if Rhonda wants to cook anything. Some trims, from the same cushion down the side there. And some more stenciling on the coffee paper. And here I've used the atlas to make a little envelope. And inside 2 of the little embellished, or embossed actually, butterflies. More paper. And here's just a little tag made out of a cinnamon packet. It smells absolutely divine. So the smell of the cinnamon is still there, and I've just there's a couple of the little brownies at the bottom of that as well. Keep that there. Here's a handmade tag of a Bohemian lady. I think she is actually from the Moulin Rouge, but I thought she looked so fantastic in her little blue shoes, and she just looks like a little fairy. That she had to be included in there. And this was an old dress that an old silk dress that I never wore, and I thought the fabric was so lovely. I thought I'll cut that up and use that in my journal. The other side of that tiger lily bag paper. There's another little homemade bead. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. So I thought that was quite nice. And this idea down here, I've used the tracing paper, and I've put, that's just a paper leaf, but here at home I actually put my own leaf. I usually use a fern leaf in there, and they come up really lovely. Or you could even use them in the Project Life sleeves to actually to make it see-through so that you can actually see it. They come up really pretty. Love that trim down the side there. That's come up so nice. And there's another one of the ladies from the Screech Owl. A little tuck spot made out of the atlas, and a little handmade envelope. You open it up, and it's got, it doesn't matter where you're going, it's who you have beside you. Put that away, some stamping. There's another wooden stamp up there too, onto tissue paper, and then just popped onto there. And there's Matahari, looking very exotic. And I love this Mae West quote, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. So I'll just tuck that in there so it just peeks out. That's that Martha Stewart punch, vines and flowers, which of course they don't make now. Paper, eco-dyed, and a little corner pocket with do or do not, there is no try. That's from Yoda, which I thought, I know it's not very bohemian Yoda, but I thought I love that quote from him. And where there is love, there is life, from Mahatma Gandhi. With an embellished, that's an embossed butterfly, which I thought was really good. And this was the other idea that that's really fun, was making a shaker out of, once again, this is Project Life acetate, and just a tile image and a shaker on both sides. Here's more the Frankenscrap idea from Nick the Booksmith, which I made into a tag. So this was once again using up scraps. So I'm really enjoying using up all the little bits of my coloured papers. And this was even from the front of the paper stack that I had. You know how it shows you all the little bits of, it shows you all the papers on the stack. That's actually from the front of the stack for the Bombay Sunset. So that was fun. Here's some more of that lovely peacock paper. Once again, just lined on the back. That nice crispy paper. There's a great quote from Mother Teresa. And this you just pull out with a little, and it's a collage. It's so much fun. This is so gorgeous. I love this lady here with her little snake outfit on. I don't quite know what she'd be doing in that. She couldn't move far, but she makes a great photo. And there's just stamps and material and stamping. And just once again, use up all your little tiny bits. Honestly, some of these were so small, these pieces of fabric, and just a little tiny leftover of my atlas. And it just covers a great thing. Great collage. And there's the other side of that serviette. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And coming to the end now, the last of the atlas. I thought this was great too. Allegretto, moderato, allegro. Briskly, moderately, with spirit. And that's just something to write on, a nice little homemade tag. And that's the end. So I hope you enjoyed that journal. Rhonda, I hope you're going to enjoy this when you receive it. I've really enjoyed making it for you. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you again. Bye.